My friend wants to hang out with me, but I want to have fun and keep things light. Here is one way I've learned to set a boundary. Sawadee ka. Hello, I'm Yana. Join me while I paint and talk about boundaries. An important part of self-care is setting and maintaining boundaries. I find that knowing my boundaries and setting them with friends and family isn't straightforward. It's challenging to know what my boundaries are before they get crossed, especially when I don't have time to process my thoughts. Is this you too? I've learned to identify a boundary by reflecting on times when I've felt resentful, angry, or emotionally drained after doing something I felt obligated or pressured to do. So, I'm starting to practice setting and maintaining boundaries. Here's a boundary I need to place for myself. It's scary, but there's only one way to start. I have a good friend who tends to focus on what's not going right in their life, and often talks about how awful their job is. I love my friend, but I've been focusing too much on the negative lately. It's easy for me to spiral into a dark place, so I lack the headspace to support them. My friend wants to hang out with me, but I want to have fun and keep things light. Here is one way I've learned to set a boundary. 1. Before meeting with a friend, I'd set an expectation of what we'll do together. For example, I'll tell them, "Hey, I really need to get out of my negative headspace. Let's go out and just have some fun. Let's leave our worries and frustrations at home tonight." 2. We would agree on a sign, such as holding up a hand, to indicate that the topic has crossed a boundary and for it to change. I would say, if things get too serious, let's remind each other to focus on having a good time. 3. If a boundary gets crossed, I'll do my best to keep my response kind and say, "I hear you, that sucks. Let's talk about this over coffee soon when I have the headspace and can give you my full attention. Let's focus on having fun tonight, like we discussed." When respecting my friend's boundaries, agreeing on a sign can also apply. When I want to vent or talk to a friend about a heavy topic, I'll check with them first to see if they can emotionally support me. I remind myself that it's important to vocalize my boundaries and not to expect others to know what they are if I haven't told them. I'm still learning, and this is where I'll start. Setting and maintaining your boundaries is okay and healthy too, by the way. I hope you now feel free to let your friends know what your boundaries are and if your boundaries change, because your boundaries are okay.